What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Saturday. We go live in 30 seconds. Good morning, everybody. I'm not alone today. It's been a while since my beautiful wife has joined me for a live episode. This episode is brought to you by the Royal Hawaiian. She's one of the original stars of the 80s G.L.O.W. Wrestling show. So make sure if you want to get her t-shirt, go online. We'll show it again. And all that information will be on the description. Her shirt is $25. And I'm going to post her Facebook page so you can see where she's doing her meet and greets as she's trying to, keep the G.L.O.W brand alive. I've had her on twice on the show.
Yes, you have.
2 episodes. I've had her on twice. So make sure you check out those episodes. Great episodes. Let me see. There's a couple other things I want to say. Tomorrow is Father's Day.
It is.
So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I know this may be a tough year for some, as maybe you've lost your dad within the last year, and this will be your first Father's Day without your father. Our condolences for that. Our hearts go out to that, but we do have a Heavenly Father.
Amen. Yes.
Who's always there with us. So if you are in the Dallas DFW area or maybe closer to East DFW and you don't have a church home, come hang out with us at Sea Life Kaufman or Sea Life Forney. That information will be in the description as well. And enjoy Father's Day with us during a great church service tomorrow. And if you're Latino, hang out with us at Sea Life Español.
Yes.
In the Kaufman campus. A la 1 de la tarde.
Represent.
Hey, I love my church. Today's episode is going to be a little different. My wife and I just celebrated our 24th wedding anniversary on Monday. On 6/10, we just celebrated our 24-year anniversary. Wow. I just erased 14 years. Our 24-year wedding anniversary, and that was awesome. It's been 24 years. So today's episode is dedicated to that. I just want to talk about how we met, talk a little bit about our faith. That is key to a marriage. Yes. There's a lot of factors because people always ask. As a matter of fact, the waitress when we went to Olive Garden asked us, "What's the secret?" And people constantly ask us what the secret is, because to a lot of people, 24 years seems like a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
And it's sad that nowadays it is.
Yeah.
But your grandparents, how long did they last?
Forever until they both passed away. I mean, my grandfather passed away first, and then a few years after that, my grandmother passed away. So, but they were together for a long, long time. I mean, they had 10 children. They were just raising their kids, and it's so nice to see that family. The Ramos family, it's very united, very together. They love on each other and they love on others, and that's something that my grandparents installed in them. So, and
my parents and my dad passed last September. They were together for 51 years, maybe. Yeah, because I'm 40. I'm 40. They were together for about 52 years.
Wow.
So 52 years. So 24 years is not, to me, is not a long time compared to them, but in today's standards, it is. So one of the key reasons is this right here. Yes. The big guy, the man and his word. That's number one, prayer. But my wife and I met in 1999. No, yeah,
No.
19. No, yeah, it was 1999. Yeah, it was 1999. And we didn't start dating in 1999. We did start dating. No, we met in 1998.
I told
Sorry.
you, 98.
Yeah, we met in 1998 at Rockwell Collins.
Yes.
It's an aviation. I don't think the company even exists anymore. It's an aviation company where they repaired aircraft equipment, entertainment,
Yeah.
the in-flight entertainment equipment, like for the movies and all that stuff. The screen, the V back then, the DVD player, the VCR players,
Yes.
the little handheld DVD players. So that's when we met.
Yes.
You know. Do you have any recollection of what that was like?
That was well, I remember the first time I met you. Like the first time I was actually interviewing for a job. I was interviewing for their administration opening that they had, and I remember Larry, who was our
Larry Holtz,
who was
oh my god, I
boss.
love Larry.
He goes, hey, can you? He just walks in and goes, hey, can you type this email, and then he left. And then I was like, oh yeah, sure. So I was like trying to type as fast and as correctly as possible. And then this is Claudia JC, and I was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I've always been very shy at first, so I was just like, oh, hi. But needless to say, I got the job, so yay.
Yeah. And you and I became friends right away.
Yeah.
We became friends right away. You had a boyfriend, I had a girlfriend. But I always had as time progressed, I would ask her out, and I would ask her to go on a date with me. She always turned me down. She always told me, but you have a girlfriend. I go, but she's out of town. Yeah, I wasn't a Christian back then, guys. I wasn't. I did not know the Lord. I was a Catholic, but I wasn't a Christian, and I wasn't a practicing Catholic anyway. Not the Catholics, don't. They condone. I mean, they don't condone cheating, but But anyways, the point is that I would ask her out, and she would turn me down. She would
every time.
But I would. You remember what I would tell you?
Yes, he would. Sometimes I would have to come out of our little office area and work in the shipping department. So I would sit there on a computer working, and then they would be cutting up and laughing with each other. I remember the UPS guy; he was so funny.
It was a FedEx guy.
It was a FedEx guy.
I forgot his name. He was skinny, tall.
Yeah.
But he was always.
He was so funny, and JC would always tell me, "Oh, you're gonna marry me one day," and I'm like, whatever. I'm like, what are we gonna do about these significant others that we have in our life? And he would be like, oh, we'll just invite him to our wedding.
And I didn't know the Lord yet, but the Lord was using me to prophesy the future of our marriage. If you're on, say hi. Type hi. Just so we can know who you are and say your name, where you're watching from.
Or if you have any questions, maybe something you want us to answer.
Or if you're watching later on, if you want to hit us up, go. Please do. But eventually, I think we ended up breaking up with our significant others
2 days apart.
It was on a weekend.
It was on a weekend.
But before we get to that, I remember I had two trips.
Yes.
I mean, there was a weekend. I had the first trip. I went away with my cousin. And this was business trips.
Yeah.
This was with Rockwell Collins. Yeah. They flew my cousin and I out to Chicago to help because they were very short-handed. I think there was some kind of storm and they were very short-handed, and we had to go help them out with in the shipping receiving department and go out to the airport and help out over there. And then I came back, and you and we hugged, and I would call you at times, and we hugged, and that was a cool moment. And that's where I really, really, not that I didn't like you before, because I was really, really into Claudia, but that's when I realized for sure, hey, this may be the one for me. And then a week after that, I flew back out. I went to Dallas.
Yep.
And then when I came back, my flight back, I was gone for 2 more weeks.
Right.
On my way on my flight that day that I came back, that's when I broke up with my girlfriend. I think that very next day, I think you broke up with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then on Monday we found out. And
well, we gotta say thank you to Jessica because she's the one that was like
Jessica Garcia, wherever she's at out there in the world.
Thank you. God
used
you to bring us together.
He did use her. She was involved.
She was on point. She's like, she would come to me like, do you know who's single now? And I'm like, who? And then she's like, JC is single now. And I'm like, what? So like, what is that? That means nothing to me.
In other words, she was not interested.
No, that was just me not really expressing my feelings, because I think after the first trip, I like he would call and he would always get me first. So I would always talk to him and everything. And there was one particular day where he called and I didn't get to talk to him. Carlos was
Carlos Rodriguez, another old buddy.
Carlos was like, hey, guess who I talked to? And I was like, who? He was like, JC. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But inside I was like, why didn't he talk to me first? I was like, why did he call Carlos and not me? So in my mind, I was already like, why do you even care? So, but little by little, there were little things that just,
But before that, I remember hearing stories from your mom saying that every time she would drop you off or something.
Oh, yes. See, at that time, even though I was, 19, 20.
You're 19.
I was not driving. I had not gotten my driver's license yet. And then my mom would drop me off every day. And then one day, JC was outside. I believe he was throwing out trash. And my mom goes, you see, why can't you go out with a guy like that? Hardworking. And so I was like, yeah, I get where you're going from, but eventually
she was ready for you to get married and stuff. Or she didn't like your current boyfriend.
That was more
yeah. But after that, like a month after that, or a little over a month after that, it was October 28th. October 28th. I remember, guys. Hey, not every guy remembers. And not surprising for a lot of men. But yeah, I remember October 28th was our first date.
Yes.
We went to Olive Garden, and we went to the movies, which the movie didn't play. They didn't play. The movie didn't play. There was some kind of issue. We had to get our money back, and
it was like a storm or something.
Yeah, in Miami Lakes. And then after that, I mean, we started dating, and
remember, I wasn't sure because you asked me to go to the movies, but I wasn't quite sure. Like, is this like going out to the movies, friend? Or going out to the movies looking for something else. So I remember I was thinking okay. So I'm like, okay, if he kisses me, then this is more than just friends. And that night
we didn't kiss.
So I was like, okay. So I'm not putting my hopes up. This is just a friendship thing, which is cool, not a problem. But in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I wonder what
I wanted to kiss her, but
I was like, oh, okay, it was okay. But then the next day we I was leaving. I was coming home, and he walked me to my car, and then he said, and then I was like, oh my God, I feel like someone's watching us. And then he's like, let them watch. And then he leaned over and kissed me, and then I bawled out in tears, started crying.
Your mom says hi, and she loves that story. Que le gusta esa historia mucho. Hi, Mom. One of our biggest supporters is obviously your mom, and she's always been there for us, and that's my mom to me. So I love you, Mom. Same thing. Something when we kissed, I knew. I went home and I started thinking. I go, wow. It was like no other kiss before. It was like no other, and I will always remember that kiss.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I will always remember that kiss. That was in my opinion, a life-changing kiss.
It was, yeah.
And then after that, we started dating, and then um, for those of you that don't know, we do have three children.
Right.
Daniela, who's 27, she turns 28 this year. Hi, baby girl. If you ever watch this, or she's still in Florida because we moved to Dallas
Yes.
2 years ago. Our 23-year-old, well, he turns 23 this month.
Yes.
Zach, he's 22, he turns 23. He's single. That's what she. You
got to be screened first to see if you even qualify.
Oh heck yeah! You gotta love God first. And our youngest is 19.
Yes, our baby.
Good looking. He's single. He loves to cook. Women. He's a cook and he cooks really well.
See that?
So yeah, but and so for those of you wondering, well, you have a 27-year-old, but you've been married 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Daniela.
Oh
man,
the tears just start rolling at the name.
Why is it? I just met my daughter. I started crying.
Yeah, because you miss her. So what it was is that he got a package deal. This is how he does it always. He says, I got a package deal. I got a wife and a daughter. So he was he became daddy right away.
Yeah. Daniela's not my biological daughter, but she is my baby girl. So that's my daughter. I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, we were dating, and you did not know if I was serious or not. I think you had heard some story,
rumors
that I'm not getting married until that. So you made it seem like I wasn't serious. That's what we were going with, to let you know where about our daughter. Yeah. You told me. I remember you telling me straight up.
I remembered that. There was like some gossip going around work, where everybody said, oh, he's not gonna that he said that he not going to get married, that he was going to buy his home first so that if something happened he would always have his own home. So I was just like, really? So I called him right away and I was like, listen, I just want to let you know that I'm not looking for someone to just date. I have a daughter and I'm very serious about my daughter, and I don't want her to see people coming into her lives and then leaving. So I'm very serious about that. And I said, if you think you're that person that can stay, that can be a father to my daughter, then let me know. But if you're not, then also let me know so that we don't waste each other's time and we can move on. But he was like, I'm that man.
The reason why is I fell in love with my daughter the first time I met her. The first time he brought her to the office. She was so small.
Yeah.
With chubby cheeks.
Yeah. Her
curly hair. She was so cute. I fell in love with her. So I knew right away that, when her and me started dating, I go, this is my family, and not to throw dirt on my dad and stuff. I remember when Daniela was in the hospital, you had to take Daddy to the doctor, do an urgent care or something one night. And I go, hey, I got to go. I was at home. You called me. I called you and you told me you had to take you. Okay, I'll be right there. I think he told me, come. I go, no, what are you talking about? We had just started dating. Yeah. And my dad told, where are you going? You go, that's not even your daughter. You go, dude, what are you talking? Dude, I just left it. I went straight to because I felt, there was something there, and I knew the future was there. So yeah, that's why I said, yeah, I said, yeah, that's me, and we started dating in October, and then 99, and then October of 2000, no, June 2000. We got married.
Yes.
We've been married 24 years since.
Yep.
Like I said, our daughter is now 27. Our son is 22. And our baby is 19. And again, has it been perfect?
No.
Far from it. But the reason why we've been, so the secret is prayer, forgiveness, never giving up.
Yes.
So when it feels like one is ready to quit, the other one has to, hey, many times, I don't know if you have seen it. I've seen it with family and with friends. One quits, and you know what? See ya, because of pride and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we may be different. We have friends that have been married or they got married around the same time. Families or family members, and they're no longer together.
Yeah.
Not because it's a competition, but it's because that's why we've seen it. And that's one thing. Do not let pride get the best of you.
Yeah, yeah, and I think a lot of the reason is we both have our walk with Christ, and we've seen Christ, and we decided very into the beginning of our marriage that we wanted to have this relationship with God, and everywhere we went, it just seemed like the doors always opened for us to serve, for us to be leaders, for us to do things as a couple, and with our kids, but it was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, again, throughout the 24 years, we both made mistakes. We've hurt each other. We've said stuff that we shouldn't, or we've done stuff we shouldn't. But here we are, and I'm gonna say it. I those that know me, and I'll say it publicly because it's important to say it publicly. It's important for your significant other, your better half, to know I'm more in love with my wife today than ever. I'm more in love with my wife today than ever. I think about her at all times. When I'm not near her, I think about her. Because that she's my better half. She is my better half. She makes me better.
The way I say it is, I married my best friend.
Yeah.
And that is one of the most important keys that there is that you marry your best friend, meaning we are very comfortable around each other.
Yeah.
We are comfortable. We never really had like bad moments, but I think
and we still disagree at times.
Oh yeah, we'll disagree
we're
about
not we're not always gonna be on the same page on well, not that we're not on the same page, but we're not gonna agree on everything.
Yeah.
I think Chicago's the greatest band of all time. She doesn't agree. I don't know how you don't think that. How can you not think Chicago's the greatest band of all time? But at 70-something years old, they're still putting out records.
Yes. Yes, but I'm more of an Aerosmith kind of girl, so
nobody's perfect, guys. No, I love Aerosmith too. I like Aerosmith too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just so we're not always here. I know that's a dumb, might be a small example, but again, we're not always going to agree on everything, and sometimes it's on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
A little bit more personal. We're not going to get into that. But here we are. We're still loving each other. We're still in love with each other.
Yes.
She knows how I feel. I know how she feels. And also open communication, which at the beginning, that was something that you and I lacked.
Yes, we really needed to work on that communication.
That's when we really gelled in our later years. Is especially in the more recent year, we've learned to be open. Hey, we gotta be open. I was very defensive every time she would tell me something. She felt like she couldn't tell me anything. I was very defensive. Maybe I still am at times because, again, I am human, but she can still talk to me, and we're more communicative now.
Yeah.
Our communications have opened up more.
Yeah.
So,
and not I feel like you being the head of the household, and just we here watch you have how you have grown spiritually, and it's wonderful because I know that he's praying for me. I know that he is always looking to make me happy, and I think that is so important to be there for your spouse.
Absolutely. And head of household does not mean, hey, you're no, I'm not gonna say that's why I didn't touch your head. No, it's but God created man to lead. Not that I'm better or I'm above her. No, he created woman to support and to be, because it wasn't good for man to be alone.
Yes.
If that's the only thing God did that he felt was not, was that. God said that it's in Genesis. It's not good for man to be alone. That's why he created woman, and woman, it means you took out one of Adam's ribs and created the woman. So and we complement each other. Does that mean that a woman can never take the lead? No, there's been times when she's needed to take the lead, and there's things that she is better at than I am.
Right.
But we communicate better now. Finances. I suck at finances, so I admit it, I suck at. But she's in control. She's in more control of the finances. She will double check, make sure. Hey, babe, did you pay this? Did you pay that? Did you? And yep. So again, communication.
Yeah. We also, we also make each other accountable for certain decisions and things that we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's so that was that's pretty much our marriage in a nutshell. Again, we're not perfect, but we love each other, and again, we never give up on each other. We encourage each other.
Yes.
Whenever one of us is down, we pick each other up with prayer. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about our faith. How did you become a Christian? When did you? Because I believe your mom was raised Catholic.
Yes, she was. She was raised Catholic, and for a long time we went to a Catholic church.
Okay, so you were also a Catholic. You were born. You weren't born Christian.
Yeah, no, I was
in a Christian home.
I was baptized through the Catholic Church as a baby.
Okay.
I did my first communion, but that was as far as I got.
Yeah.
That's where as far as I got was communion, and then my mom. My mom's relationship with God changed, and she found Christ, and along there, I found Christ. More towards I was a younger teenager, like in my younger time, I accepted Christ, and I didn't know. It's like that blue and red pill. You never know, what you're gonna get, but I just learned to walk with God and to seek Him when I went through struggles and hard times. So that was something that I had since I was young.
Yeah, yeah. I was raised Catholic. Again, not a practicing Catholic, and we didn't go to church every week. My grandmother Mima and her sisters and even her brother. My mom's mom. She would go to church. She was a devoted Catholic. But I was raised Catholic, but I remember I had statues. My mom had the statues in my room. I don't know why she had it in my room. They looked creepy, but I remember she prayed to them, and there was always something in me. And again, guys, if you're a Catholic and you're watching this, if you ever watch, not knocking on you guys. I'm not. I'm just saying that there's something more. Again, that's why it's so important to read this. The book of Exodus, the top 10 in the 10 Commandments said, do not worship carved images. Which is again the statues and all that stuff that's been built when so mom, I was raised Catholic. And then I remember when you and I we first started dating. We just started dating. It was November. The month after you and I started dating, or a few weeks after, you asked me if I wanted to go to church.
Yes, I said, hey, do you want to come to church with me? He's like, hey, listen. He's like,
I asked you what kind of church it was.
Yeah, and I said, oh, it's a Christian church, And he's like, well, I just want to let you know, I'm a Catholic and I'm not looking to change my relationship. And I said, oh, by all means, I'm not telling you to come with me to change your relationship with God. I'm just
or your beliefs.
Or your beliefs. I just want you to, accompany me. So I remember we were all sitting together. My grandma Puche, bless her heart, she's the one that tugged at him if he had that feeling that the pastor was talking about.
Yeah, I felt like I was, because the pastor did an altar call. Because I was back then when they did altar calls, and I know many churches don't do that anymore. This was a Baptist church pastor. I'll never forget. Pastor Rudy, which I'm still communicating with him through Facebook. But I love Pastor. He will always have a special place in my heart.
Right.
My first pastor.
Yes.
I don't remember what the service was about, but he did the altar call, and I felt a tug in my heart. I felt something. I was getting up. I said, and I think your grandmother noticed that. She noticed it. I don't know if she felt my spirit also, but she noticed I was like a little uncomfortable, like a mood, and she whispered in my ear, "Mijo, in Spanish, mijo, if you're feeling something like inside of you moving, or that's the Holy Spirit calling you to get up and go and accept the call, to accept Christ." So I thank her for. I know she's definitely not going to watch this. She's unfortunately she's a little. She's already
my
sick.
Grandma is
85 or 86.
No,
she's 87.
No, I think she's 86.
Mata, quédate, puche.
So, my grandma right now, she's very old. She suffers from dementia and Alzheimer's. So, she's right now with my aunt Maria Fernanda,
in Colombia,
who is a great person at taking care of her.
I think Heidi might be watching. Heidi said he was going to watch. So
it was, she's doing a great job of taking care of my grandmother. And my mom will go, like she just finished some time over there. I think she was gone for like 5 months.
She was gone from September till she came back in January. No, she came back in January.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my uncle lost his battle to cancer, and she had the opportunity to be with him at his last moment. So that was, very special. But that was
But yeah, so keep her grandmother in prayer. Her name is Nidia, so keep her in prayer. That she does know the Lord. Her memory's not there, but she did accept Christ, and I'll go into that in a little bit why that's important. But yeah, I accepted Christ, and I remember afterward they would take those who accepted Christ. I don't know how many of us were. I don't think there were too many of us. They took us to the back, and the brother Otilio went back there, and I'll never forget him. He passed away a few years ago. I found out that he sadly passed away. Found out through Pastor Rudy that he had passed away. He explained to me. He broke down to me what that meant. Okay, it's not just sure, I accept Christ. No, there's you have to. It has to come from the heart. So he broke it down to me, and I said, "Oh man, I'm on board." I fell in love. I was on board, and right away we started serving at church. And it's called New Dawn Baptist Church, or Nuevo Amanecer, Iglesia Bautista Nuevo Amanecer, or it's called New Dawn Church now. And it's in Miami Lakes. So if you're in that area and you're looking for a church, that's a great church to go to. Pastor Rudy is awesome.
Yes,
I love Pastor Rudy. Great church. So yeah, I became a Christian. Thanks to you, thanks to your mom, thanks to your grandma who pushed me off the edge, and so after we started serving. I remember we started serving in the youth.
Church we've gone to, we have always served.
Yeah.
God has put that in our hearts, I believe,
and that's important. Everybody has a different season. So again, I don't want to sound critical, but everybody has a different season. But it has to get to a point. I notice a lot of people that were just spectators. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. There's different types of Christians. You have your baby Christians who have just turned, then you have you're using pull-ups now, and your walk with Christ is growing a little bit more. And then you have your adult Christians who know the Bible, who can, just guide you through all the verses and through all the stories of the Bible. And that are the different types of Christians. And we all went through that. We all have gone through those stages.
Okay, yeah. My mother, I just confirmed that her mom is 87 years old. 87. and she's sharing that she loves us. We love you too.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, so it's important. It gets to a point where you have to help your church, serve at your church, because when you serve the church, you're serving the Lord.
Yes.
God says it. When you do this, you're doing it for me.
Right.
So yeah, so we love to serve, and there's one church which I am grateful for, and which I think it helped me grow. It helped us grow and push us. It's Vertical Church.
Yep.
Vertical Church. We learned a lot from there.
Yeah.
So I thank them for everything they did for us,
right,
and how they helped us grow.
Right.
I'm grateful for TSC, the Source
Yes.
Church, Pastor Chris and Viv. Awesome people as well. So if you're in Broward County and you're looking for a church,
Mm-hmm.
the Source Church, amazing church. You want to talk about a church that teaches the word, and they love serving their community.
Yes.
The Source Church is a great church also. As a matter of fact, I remember, I'll never forget, we were already here.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, the first Sunday, which was the first, I think it was January 1st. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, which was on a Sunday. They didn't, the doors of they didn't have church service. So what they did, they took the church to the community and they served the homeless.
Awesome.
So talk about doing something for others.
The
So the Source Church is a great church. But now we are here in Texas, and we're part of the Community Life Church, where we have 5 campuses.
Sea Life,
which is Sea Life for short. We have 5 campuses, and each campus has a teaching pastor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're satellite churches. So if you're looking for a church home in the East DFW area, there's a campus for you.
Yes, definitely. We have 5 campuses. It's Forney, Sunnyvale,
Rockwall, Canton, and Kaufman, which that's the one we're part of. We started out of the Forney, but now we're part of the Kaufman. And in Kaufman, we also have Sea Life Español. All right. And we're hoping to grow that as well.
Yes, definitely.
That's a ministry that we're hoping to grow. Maybe is there anything else you want to add about,
No, I just want to say thank you, because you always make me feel so special. Even in my times where I'm having a rough day, you're here and you find any way to make me feel better. And I really, really appreciate that. And I love you for that. And I am more in love with you now than ever. And I know that we will continue to love on each other.
Absolutely. Same here, baby. Thank you for always being there. And no matter what, you're there for me. And same here. You make me feel better. You complete me. And I'm a better man because of you.
Yes. And just one more thing is, like, all of this can happen is because we put Christ first.
Absolutely. I have another channel. We have, it's called the Christian, the Christian Bald Guy. And I've shared a couple of times. I've dedicated to. It's usually on her birthday or someone. I share Ephesians 5. Check it out. That's going to be on the description as well. Ephesians 5. Men, Ephesians 5. Try and be an Ephesians 5 family. But it starts with you, men. You are the head of the household. If you're not married and you still know your parents, you honor your mom and dad. Honor your parents. I don't care how old you are. It's important to honor your mom and dad. Love on them. So yeah, I mean, I love you, babe.
I love you. Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. God bless you guys.